Good evening, everyone. Phil here, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Tuesday, the 11th of July, 2023. An interesting and mixed content streaming day because, guess what? We finished the lingering RPG playthroughs that have been going on for over a month, and now we're free to kind of do more stuff with the streams, which is very excellent. And in fact, today, that's the first topic we discussed on the Level 1 podcast, was that now that Diablo 4 and Zelda Tears of the Kingdom have been completed, what should we do next? There's a lot of schools of thought about this, including perhaps doing viewer nights in Street Fighter 6, perhaps doing more focus on ranked gameplay with Blanca, my best character, to try to get him to master level, perhaps starting a new game such as Amnesia the Bunker, among other thoughts. So we had a lot of discussion about that, and basically by the end of the podcast, we had posted up a poll on the main channel page of DSPGaming asking you guys what you would think, and people started voting over the course of the day. In addition, people also voted on some different kinds of YouTube shorts for DSP Reacts, which actually Arkham, a viewer, is working on making some right now, which is kind of neat. So I actually have one I think they submitted I'm going to look at tonight and see what that's all about, because I haven't had a chance yet. Then we jumped into gameplay, and we went into Final Fantasy 16. 3 hours of gameplay here today, and once again, kind of a mix. There was actually two meaningful side quests that we did. The first had to do with getting a schematic for a really good belt that we can't use yet, but apparently it's good later in the game. And the other was a very important side quest that allowed us to have more potency to our healing items. So those were kind of no-brainers that we should do them. And in fact, they entailed some pretty big boss hunts. You had to do optional hunting and stuff against rare boss monsters, and it was pretty interesting. Then we got into the story, and we actually did two major story elements today, both of which were kind of fun. We actually had to end the stream in the middle of one, but not a bad session today. But the one thing that I will now say as a big criticism of the game, at this point, I'm around 18 hours in, the combat kind of sucks. And what I mean by that is, because it's so action-based, because there's so many elements to the action on the screen and so many graphical elements, it's almost impossible to keep track of what's going on, nor do you really need to. At this point, I've now gotten so many abilities in the game, I throw an ability out, throw another ability out, switch to another element, do an ability out, throw another ability out, switch to another element, throw an ability out, throw another ability out. Oh, look, they're getting staggered. Use the move that pulls them down when they're staggered for extra damage. Now, activate your ultimate attack. Do a big combo with that. By the time you're done with that, all your attacks are recharged, and you just wash, rinse, repeat in this big circle. And quite frankly, as long as you have healing items, you don't even really need to dodge that much. Maybe against a boss you do, but for the most part, that's the combat of the game. In fact, some of these ultimate attacks now are so big, they're covering the whole screen, you can't even see what's going on. There's one with wind, which is a giant tornado appears. I don't know what's going on. I can't even see the enemies when I use it. So how am I supposed to dodge anything they're doing or whatever? You really can't. I mean, I'm sure if you really use all the nuances of this combat engine, you could probably do giant combos and juggles, but in reality, they're not needed at all. I'm steamrolling kind of through stuff, through the optional side quest fights, through the actual mainstream boss fights, with not much difficulty at all. It seems to me like the combat was way too simplistic. Having turn-based combat where if you're not paying attention, you could really get throttled by the enemy, kind of was a better challenge than anything we're doing action-based in this game up to this point. And now kind of feels like the more abilities I had, the more fun it became. But now, it's just so much shit on the screen. Even the viewer said, we have no idea what's going on. And I was like, I'm with you. The only reason I know what I'm doing is because I'm inputting the buttons, but you can't tell from the screen what's going on. It's just shit spammed everywhere, but it works. That's how you fight. So it's a little weird that that's what they went for in a mainstream Final Fantasy game. Outside of that, like I said, we had major plot developments. The plot's okay. It wasn't a bad stream, I would say, and I'm curious for more this coming weekend to see where the game goes. Then on tonight's late stream, we actually did something a little different with Street Fighter 6. Rather than doing ranked gameplay like I've been doing all along, we actually did World Tour mode for the first time in a freaking month. And so I was able to add a bunch of items and customizations to my character that I had unlocked during the battle passes that I had actually played over the last couple of weeks. Or actually, it's almost a month now of me doing these battle passes. And in addition to that, man, in the 2 hours, we did a lot. We ended up unlocking 3 different new trainers. I think it was, think about this. Lily, who was optional. You could have missed her, but you unlocked her by actually doing a side quest. Blanca and DJ. So we had 3 new trainers. And by the end of the night, I was doing dash cancel combos. See, the thing is now I play the game a lot more. So I'm doing way more in the game than I did a month ago when I just knew the basics. Now I'm doing dash cancels and drive rushes and things in my combos that are actually quite effective. It's funny because, you know, Marisa I've used, so I was doing the drive rush I use with her when I play online. And then I got Blanca, and that was the end of that. Because with Blanca, I know how to do all these dash cancel juggles and everything. So I'm kicking the game's butt, basically. Except when you fight the mainstream fighters. So, for example, you're fighting Blanca. Blanca, for some reason, even though I'm higher level than him, kills you at like 3 hits. And I'm like, what is going on here? Like, why is Blanca... Like, literally, I'm fighting Blanca. He goes jab super. Like, you can't do anything. If the jab hits it, it's a confirmed to super. 50% damage. What just happened? And he did that twice, and I lost. Even though I was kicking his ass. Jab super, I win. I was like, huh? So it's a little weird because most of the enemies just aren't very challenging at all. Then all of a sudden you'll get an enemy that's like, he breaks every throw and just counter hits you once or twice for insano damage. And like, what was I supposed to do to that? I don't know. It's a little weird in that regard. But it was a fun 2 hours. You know, we leveled up my character a lot. I got new fighting stances, multiple new fighters, got a bunch of in-game unlocks. And in general, it was a chill time. A lot of opportunity to talk with the viewing audience about it and everything. Very different vibe to when I'm playing Street Fighter 6 multiplayer, because then I have to just focus solely on the game, because if I don't, I'm going to lose, and what's the point of playing if I'm just losing constantly? I got to try to get better, right? In this case, it's just casual play against the AI. You're messing around, you're leveling up. It's not serious business, and therefore, a lot more opportunity to talk and chill and have a good time with the audience. It was good in that regard. Overall today, great variety, right? It was good to break it up. It's not all competitive multiplayer anymore, and at the same time, it's not the same old over lengthy RPGs. It's fun and variety. All right, now, after having seen the poll be live for all day, basically the huge landslide winner in the poll is that you guys want to see me do viewer matches in a lobby with viewers in Street Fighter 6. So here's tomorrow, Wednesday's schedule. For July 12th, it'll be the first stream, Street Fighter 6 ranked multiplayer with Lily. Tonight, I'm going to watch some tech videos on YouTube, try to absorb new techniques, combos, and strategies with Lily, and implement them into my game when I play tomorrow. I haven't played with her in ranked in a while. I am hoping to do good and hopefully not choking, but at the same time, man, I haven't used her in a while, so I don't know how it's going to go. We're going to find out. Tomorrow night, for the first time ever, I am going to attempt on Friday Night Fights to set up a lobby with a password protection that you'll know if you're watching the stream live, and you'll be able to join and play against me in Street Fighter 6. Now, of course, it's going to be first come, first serve, and not everyone's going to get in. If I see people misbehaving or hogging the room or trying to glitch it, I'm going to moderate and get them out of there. Apparently, for what I'm being told, unlike the Street Fighter games I've played over the last 5 years, Street Fighter 6 has great moderation options where if idiots are trying to do stuff like hold up the room or make a disgusting troll name, you can just ban them right from the room and they can't come back. So I hope that's the case. If we try it tomorrow night and it doesn't work and it's all messed up, I'm just going to go right back online and just do more multiplayer for myself. But I'm hoping that's not the case. I'm hoping the lobby works. I would love to play with you guys. Now that I can play with Marisa, Lily, Blanca, Zengi, you know, Ken to some, or not Ken, Ryu to some extent. You know, among others. I might try, you know, other characters that I only mess with a little bit, like Chun-Li and stuff like that. Maybe I'll try them again. All right, we'll see. Because when you're doing casual matches, there's no risk of you having your rank ruined or whatever, because you're not playing super hard. So it's a good opportunity for me to maybe try other characters out who I haven't used in a while. Maybe some Dalsim mix in there, right? Some good variety against the viewers and see how it goes, you know? Of course, there's one problem. When you're playing viewers from all over the world, the connections are likely going to be terrible. And there's nothing you can do about that. I know that from experience doing this before in other fighting games. When I've tried to do this, usually the connections are not good. So don't expect the best, but it's kind of a silly thing to do every once in a while with viewers. We'll see how it goes tomorrow night. So tomorrow, Street Fighter 6 all day, and hopefully good gameplay with Lily and my first ever fan matches in Street Fighter 6. We'll see how they go on the late stream. Fair enough? Everyone, thank you so very much. I had a great streaming day today. I hope to see you in the morning. Have a good night. Peace out. Oh, by the way, I'm about to release my review of the Super Mario Brothers animated movie over on DSP Reacts. So if you've been waiting for this, I'm literally going to upload it with tonight's gameplay. So go give it a look in like an hour or two here. That video should be live, and you'll get to see my thoughts on the movie, and I think you may be surprised at what I have to say about this movie. Thanks, everyone. Have a good night. Peace out. See you tomorrow. Later.